So what happened? Some of you guys who've been with Kevin for a long time probably remember what Tessa used to be like. Now, we had an encounter today where Mr. Cornwood showed up at Young Dab's wedding with a dolphin in his hands. And if you know Tessa, you know that she doesn't like that kind of thing. And what happened was he dumped the dolphin into the pool, claimed that park rangers gave him permission to do it, and that park rangers had quote-unquote raised the dolphin from a baby. And then he ended up like swimming around with it in his arms, and he killed it. And he left its limp body in the pool after trying to perform like CPR on it in front of Tessa. And then I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure he went back out on a boat to look for more. So Tessa was seeing red at the party. So my thought was, we need to get somebody crazy and maybe stupid enough to go along with this plan. So what Tessa wants to do is ask someone to collect Cornwood and deliver him to her, to the same place that this occurred. So the idea behind that is probably are going to leave Cornwood where he left the dolphin. And sort of just throw things to the wind and say, if we get caught, we get caught. Because Tessa's kind of in that place where she's like, I don't care anymore. I'm off leash. So back in the day, we were tied down to having to worry about our criminal record. And when she was a cop, she had to worry about losing her job. But now, she doesn't really care that much. And if, you know, the PD are going to be mucking around, you know, past Tessa probably would have called the cops and said, hey, fire Cornwood. But new Tessa is a little bit more interested in dispensing the justice that needs to be dispensed. And she wants it to be personal, but she can't really do it by herself. It's very hard. This was something that I ran into as a problem back in the day. It's hard to get people alone. Like, it is so hard to get people alone, especially cops. And so when there's somebody that we want to get, we need help. And honestly, if there are people willing to do it for Tessa, there's a couple groups that I've been thinking about. CG obviously, but they are kind of chaotic. So I don't know if we're gonna go with CG, because I don't know if they'll do it without being crazy. Because they can be crazy. They're a lot. And also I think that they like Cornwood, which I don't know if they'd be. I don't know if Tessa going crazy trumps how they like Cornwood. So I'm just not sure if they would tip him off and stir. I don't think they'd snitch necessarily, but I don't know. It's a wild element for me, you know. I don't know what they'll do. But I think Mr. K would do this for Tessa if she asked. So I'm kind of leaning towards that, but I'm also considering, you know, other options at the moment. So that's what we're kind of going over before you guys showed up. So there's CG, there's possibly the clowns, if the clowns are interested, but Chatterbox wasn't around tonight, so because the clowns love Tessa. And they have definitely done things for her in the past to help her out, but they also are a very chaotic factor as well, and I don't know if they'd manage it. I think CG has it more on lock. So I do think CG would be funny. But I want to include people. Like, I want it to be like an actual, like, this is a moment that's happening. And of course, I would like, Jay has expressed that he wants to help Tessa. If she's serious about this, he said, I will help you get away from this situation. So I do want to include Jay. Maybe he'll be there with me to do the getaway or whatever if we need to. But I don't think we'll need to get away. I think the way that I want it to happen is I want CG to collect him, bring him to Tessa. She does the thing, and then she dips, and everyone else dips, whatever. They can watch, I don't care. But we gotta be cautious on numbers, obviously, with whatever happens. But I don't want it to be a hot thing. I don't want the police to be in pursuit when it happens, because she wants to, like, she wants him to know why this is happening. And send the message, obviously, through putting him in the pool and leaving him there. Yeah, so they need to get him off duty somehow, which I don't know how easy that'll be. It might be hard. We'll probably pay whoever helps us, but I kind of want that to be how Tessa loses her thing record.